Hello everyone, Tony is here today. And as we promised, we have started our project to unmask the cryptocurrency world and the world of trading. I'm really glad to be here today to present the LH Crypto Trading Marathon, which officially is starting right now and which will be completely held and supported by the LH Crypto broker. So this is just the first video of the 4 videos that we'll have, which would be posted online every single Monday for the next month. So in terms of the crypto trading, in terms of the trading altogether, we'll do some live action today, which would be absolutely awesome. Any one of you guys, you feel free to follow all of the videos that will be online. You guys can obviously follow what we will be doing here. You can follow our recommendations, as well as do your own trading as well. So one of the first things I would like to point out, we'll choose 4 different instruments today, one from each section. So one from Forex, the classical currency pairs. We'll choose one from the commodities. We'll choose one from the stocks and shares, and one crypto instrument as well. I've already prepared them for you, but we'll get back to that a little later on. So for any one of you who's just joining us, for you guys to understand what the International Trading Marathon is about, which will be held by the LH Crypto, we'll basically have live trading done for all of you guys to follow with your accounts as well. So just a quick reminder how it's all done, how you can join us, and how to basically go along with us. What you guys want to do is, this is obviously one of the landing pages that we have online. It all depends which you guys know, but say you go to tradeguru.pro, and then if you hit the register, you will be brought to this page. So what it basically gives here is a choice of 4 different accounts that you guys can register. Now, the demo account, I'm pretty sure either most of you or all of you, 101% of you, should have it by now. You guys have practiced. We did some videos. The last one was a couple of days ago. It was an online stream on Facebook and YouTube. Again, there is a saved recording online as well, so feel free to have a look there. There are a few technical things discussed. Now, for all of you who wants to participate in the marathon, that's the account you guys want to choose, obviously called Marathon. That's exactly what you want to do. Now, a quick reminder, so the minimum deposit which is accepted for the account to be specified as Marathon is 100 euros. Since we received quite a few questions in regards to that, you guys are welcome to have more than 100 euros. As well as you guys can deposit 100 euros initially, and then you can grow your account later on, not only by trading, but also you can deposit more. You would be able to withdraw later on. You can deposit, withdraw later. It's up to you guys. It's your account. You guys do whatever you want. Again, same thing. It's indicated the terms about it. Now, the amazing thing, what the LH Crypto is actually doing for all of the marathon traders who participate, you guys will be getting absolutely amazing bonuses. I'm not going to unmask this part just now. I will keep it a secret to myself. But for all of you guys to register, you would be able to see all of the details online in your client area. So that's basically what it looks like. As you guys can see, I've already logged in here. Again, this is the number that you probably want to look out for, because you guys will be able to check it online just now to verify that's the real one. As you guys can see, you get all of the information on your dashboard, the deposit, the withdrawal, you can hit support if you guys do have any questions. So as you guys can see, I've already deposited 2 Bitcoins myself, so that's basically what we'll be training on. However, my service pack is called Start, so if we go back, that's the one. So it starts with 10 euros, but I'm going to be trading on 2 Bitcoins. Now, if you guys register the right one, the right type, if you go for marathon, it would obviously say marathon there. Okay, so don't be thrown off by this. little discrepancies, just I've chosen the standard one, just not to participate in the marathon. Otherwise, I'll probably take most of the prizes. Anyway, so same thing. You guys can check out. It's 1 to 40 and 1 to 200. That's the leverages that we use for crypto and for forex, all CFDs on stocks and shares, and on the commodities. Cool. So let's get started. So, like I said, I've already prepared the graphs. So basically, again, guys, we're going to be trading on the standard platform that we use here. It's MT5, which is absolutely brilliant. It has like a lot of add-ons in comparison to the MetaTrader 4. Not to say that was bad or anything, but it's basically a brand new instrument, a brand new platform that we'll be using. Cool. So basically, what we've chosen today, some of them, they're pretty much like soap operas. They're the classics. So the EURUSD, something you can't go wrong with. Apple, the stocks of Apple. So it's something that is considered a benchmark. It's one of those companies that everyone hears about, and especially we wanted to go with Apple. Just because the new iPhones and the new Apple Watch, and I think that was pretty much it, I'm pretty sure, was introduced just a few days ago. So again, it's very interesting because it's one of those stocks which is traded all the time. It's one of the key companies, especially with the news that Apple hit the like 1 trillion, etc., etc. So that's one of the benchmarks. Bitcoin. Again, that's you can consider it to be the king of cryptocurrency. Again, that's obviously the first one that started the whole crypto movement, the crypto community, and the crypto religion for some of us. And gold, again, which is considered a safe haven for a lot of investors. It's for those of you who already trade, you guys would know. You guys have probably heard about it. Gold is one of the key instruments that investors choose all over the world, regardless of what the situation is. And again, basically what we'll be doing today, guys, like I mentioned, so we'll be looking at these 4 instruments. We'll start off with EURUSD. So one of the cool things, we'll be looking at different levels, what will be the good points to get into a new deal, to open a new transaction, when to exit, and we'll be looking at different scenarios. So bear in mind that this video is just for this whole week, okay? So obviously some market conditions, they can change. There are a lot of different scenarios under which we would not pursue the transaction that we're going to be opening today. So don't be thrown off by this. It's something you guys need to understand. It's not that easy to make a long-term projection where the instrument will go. Obviously, it does depend on the portfolio that you guys hold, but because there are a lot of beginners here, and the deposits may not be that big, 2 Bitcoins, that's why I'm going to be trading on. For many of you, you guys would probably have 100 euros, 1,000 euros, 10,000 euros. 2 Bitcoins, it's about $15,000 at the moment, or about 11 something, like 11,500 euros. This is not a big account either, but it's something that we'll be trading on. So bear in mind, if the situation changes on the market, obviously what we'd like to do is to take action. Okay, we don't just hold on to the to the orders that we already placed. We're not just sitting there with huge minuses. And again, it's something that we discussed previously. So guys, using take profit, stop loss, or pending orders to hedge your positions, please feel free to do that. Okay, we're not just opening some transactions today and just leaving them forever and just seeing where they will take us. Definitely not. Again, for all of you guys who have smaller deposits or bigger deposits, again, from what I'm doing, you would have to calculate and do everything proportionally. So say instead of 2 Bitcoins, you guys have 0.2, then obviously everything that I do here, you would want to do 10 times smaller. So keep the proportions together. For those of you who have bigger accounts than 2 Bitcoins, you guys feel free to multiply. Okay, so it's something you have to bear in mind. And again, we'll open here all of the transactions, all of the recommendations. They're basically scenarios. So anything changes in the market, you guys would have to take action. But again, that's what trading is all about. So let's get started. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Cool. So the very first thing with EURUSD, and it's something that you can probably see with the naked eye. Obviously, if we zoom out just a little bit, you guys would be able to see the picture. If we go to daily chart, you guys can see that we're actually in a bit of a flat right now. So that's been going on like that for quite a while now, except for this breakout, which happened mid-summer. But again, we're basically in between sort of this level and this level. Again, for those of you who have some experience, don't be thrown off. If your levels are somewhat different to mine, again, there is an old saying, if you gather 10 traders in one room, you'd get at least 11 opinions on where the level is. Again, it applies in this situation as well. So don't be thrown off if your level is a little higher or lower. It's okay. All right. The idea about today is not to give you, as the Bible, the Bible, the biblical scene says, we're not going to give you fish today. We'll actually give you a rod and teach you how to fish. So that's the whole idea about it. So cool. One of the levels, as you guys can see, let me just zoom in real quick. So one of the levels is 115,500, and that's the bottom level. That's the support, and the resistance is about 117. Let me have a look. About 200 or like 150. So obviously, as you guys can see, we're sort of in a flat for quite a while now. If we do look at the daily chart, again, if we go to the smaller chart, which is say 1 hour, now what we can actually see is we get a pretty neat channel, which basically goes from here to about here. Okay. So that's obviously something that you guys would want to look out in the future as well. Any sort of channels like this, they're absolutely amazing to trade on because you guys get a really nice picture of what's going to be happening. So obviously, some of you might actually disagree on what's going to happen. But again, so basically what we do see here is obviously an uptrend. Okay, so again, if we go on daily chart, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can actually see this. That's the current candle. So it's obviously it has grown quite a bit. As you guys can see, it's 47 points, and bear in mind the day is not closed yet. So that was a foreseen reversal from this little correction. Okay, so some little retracements, they do happen. If we look at this history, especially in terms of the last week, we have similar situations happen over and over again. So after this movement, that was the retracement that we guys have seen. Then we saw the top boundary, we saw the retracement, and then it kept going up and up and up. That's a retracement. That's a retracement as well. And again, this is what we've seen. Okay, so on the daily chart, the level that we mentioned, which was about here, and again, you guys can probably verify it against history. As you guys can see, that is a very strong resistance / support level, depending on where we are. So obviously right now that's the resistance level for those of you who are just getting into the terms of it. And again, that's exactly what we've seen on Friday. We hit this level and then there was a retracement. Again, we're going upwards and we will be testing it. Okay. So it's a bit late at the time we're making this video. We're obviously a little bit, well, not really late, but I can't say that we missed an opportunity, because you need to remember, and it's one of the important psychological things for any one of you getting into trading. Do not try to get into a deal if you saw that you sort of missed out on it. If you log in and you see that it's been like 2 hours. 2 hours ago, do not try to jump into it. Do not try to chase it. Okay. So obviously we can't really say that we missed it, because really what we wanted to do is to get at the level of 116, like 280, you know, maybe even 200s, depends how you guys draw it. You know, maybe for some of you it would be a little lower. But again, do not try to you know, change the market basically. In this situation, however, I'm pretty confident that you know, within at least the intraday trading, we can probably still make you know, quite a few pips. So again, if we do see that you know, during the week it actually goes up to about this level and then starts reversing, or again, guys, we need to understand that currency pairs, they're extremely volatile, but they're only volatile if you get some fundamental factors. So, you know, things like news, especially to do with, you know, the Eurozone and the US dollar, so obviously with America and, you know, Trump, especially once we talk, you know, the recent discussions about the tariffs and quotas on China and on Japan in some cases, and obviously, you know, some still discuss Trump's possible impeachment, etc., etc. So those things, they obviously can factor in and affect the market a lot. So it's something we guys want to look out for. But again, right now, I would honestly still go for this deal. So what we'd want to do is obviously go for a long position. So we'd want to place our buy, and from here, what I'll do is I'll just quickly place take profit. So again, for those of you who guys, you know, still getting into it, I'll probably place around this level, just because we guys can see that you know, we obviously hitting this little flat area, and it might not actually go all the way up here to this level. So it's something we guys want to do. And obviously, for stop loss, for some of you guys that you know, we discussed it previously. So for those of you who have followed our videos previously, you guys would know that what you want to do is, when you place your stop loss, so the stop order, which basically you know, kills your transaction if it goes to a particular loss, obviously for your particular loss not to get any bigger and not to, you know, expose you to the risk that you don't want to see. What you want to do is to place your stop loss behind the well, in this case it's the trend or the channel line, or you want to place it behind a support or a resistance level. So obviously it's going to be a lot safer than, you know, placing it somewhere here or here. You guys would obviously want to place it behind the channel line at this point. Okay, and that's exactly what we do. Okay, so this is in terms of the euro dollar for all of you guys. So obviously, you know, once we actually get into the profits, would earn about, you know, $300. It's not that much, but again, you know, it's something. And as you guys can see, we already earned that spread that we had to, you know, get with in the beginning. So obviously we do have some profit. Let me just quickly change the interface into English. It'll take just a quick second, guys. There we go. I do apologize for that. We just recorded a similar video in Russian, so if any of you bilingual, feel free to go to the other video and have a look there. But you know, we'll look at about the same instruments there. Cool. Anyway, so cool. So that's basically what we did. Again, for those of you guys who have heard about something which is called pyramids or cascade trading, what we want to do is I would probably want to place a buy limit. So if the price does get back down to around this area, I would probably open another long position, because it does seem that's a pretty strong uptrend and it's most likely to hit this area again. So what we want to do is go to our pending order, and then buy limit, and we would want to place it at around, say, this area, because obviously it's not going to go straight down here. You know, it can't go back in, you know, in time or in history, so it'll probably get around this level, so which is about 116, say 350. That's exactly what we do. So it's 116, 350. And we would place our take profit about same level. It's 116,950. Okay, 950. And stop loss. Okay, 116,181. Cool. Oh, there we go. Cool. So yeah, basically what's going to happen if the price drops to around this level, then we're going to have another long position opened, which would close at this exact same take profit, or well, about the same, and stop loss is placed about the same level. Cool. So this is in terms of the EURUSD. Again, I'll mention it again and again and again. Guys, you need to actually look at those transactions. Okay, it's not like you open a transaction today and then the next time you look at that next Monday. You have to follow it. Okay, cool. So let's go to the next one, which is Bitcoin in our case. So again, Bitcoin, for all of you crypto traders who have followed it, you know, in the last year and a half, or maybe longer than that, you guys would know that, you know, the price was really high, and then it sort of went a little down. So basically, if we do look at the daily chart, we guys can see that there are quite a few strong levels. So this is obviously one of them, and the other one is supposedly around this area, you know, which is, again, it's supported. If you do look back on the history, you guys do see quite a few quite a few examples of that. So here's obviously one, which is February 2018. Then it's tested here in multiple times. That's March. And then we can actually see that we're hitting about the same level right now. Okay, so if we guys go on the 4-hour chart, again, something we guys can look out for some more levels. Obviously, it's very neat in this area especially. Okay, we always have a breakthrough here, but then it corrected quite quickly. And again, we're in this level, in this area again. So this whole area is basically where we're trading right now. So honestly, what we guys would want to do, we do still have quite a bit of a room, and it seems like we're actually trading in about this. And let me just make the line dash so you guys understand. So we're actually trading in about this region right now. Okay, so obviously, you know, it's something that we need to look at, but it's most likely, you know, since we have seen that, you know, this flat is going on for, you know, it's been going over the weekend and it's still going around this area, it's most likely it's actually gonna break through. So for all of you guys who know what price action is, you would understand that if actually follows near one of the either resistance or support level for quite a while, it's most likely that it's actually, you know, it's basically gathering this momentum to actually break through the level. So what I want to do is I would actually go for long position here as well. However, let me just change the volume to 0.1 because as you guys probably know, the cryptocurrency is actually quite volatile. Okay, so it's something that we mentioned in some of our previous videos. We're not going to gamble. You know, what we want to do here is to actually earn. We want to learn how to earn. Okay, so in that sense, I'm not going to be showing you any sort of, you know, maybe a little more riskier positions. So what I want to do is, you know, choose the volume appropriately. So that's the volume that I'm going to go for. So what I want to do is, again, I would place my take profit at around this area. I know I mentioned that it's most likely in that sense, or at least, you know, what I'm looking at is a breakthrough. But again, I'd rather, you know, I always say it's a lot better to earn 100 bucks than not to earn 200. Okay, so I'd rather, you know, earn a little bit, but, you know, be confident about this deal instead of not earning this at all while, you know, I was trying to chase, you know, the bigger fish on the market. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So it's not about you know, trying to earn all the money in the market. It's just impossible. Okay, so what we want to do, I'd rather get a lot of smaller transactions and still earn that, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever, instead of, you know, trying to get it with one transaction. Okay, obviously once you guys get more experience, then you will be able, you know, to make forecasts, you know, which you know, which basically will last for longer. Again, your deposit should be bigger for that. Cool. So again, guys, what we want to do, we would like to place a stop loss. So what I would do is place it around this area. Again, some of you would think, you know, maybe it should be bigger, should be smaller. Again, it's something that you guys choose relative to how risk averse you guys are. Okay, so in terms of the crypto, I would place it here not only because of this levels, but obviously, you know, there was a massive candle which basically brought the price around this area. But also we can see, you know, this previous, which was what was it, 6 and the well, from the 5th to the 7th of September. That was basically the trading level of it. Okay, cool. So that's in terms of the Bitcoin. So obviously, you know, it's something you guys would have to see, and do not be afraid in terms of, you know, sort of candles or false breakouts like we saw just now. You know, it was a black candle. You know, it was a little larger than that, but it doesn't mean anything. But again, do place, you know, your pending orders or take profits or stop losses. That's a good practice for, especially for the newcomers to this area. Cool. Let's have a look in terms of Apple. So obviously, for many of you who actually follow the news, there are 3 new iPhones released. You know, obviously something that we have actually expected in LH Crypto was that the prices of Apple shares would actually go down a little bit instead of actually going up. And one of the reasons for that is obviously, you know, many of the traders, many of the investors, they have actually foreseen that there will be 3 different models introduced with about the same specifications. So they've already traded on that by their prediction before Apple actually released the news and had a major presentation. So obviously once that came to the market, you know, they basically already gained on that. So basically the market has seen this little decrease in the price, which, you know, which wasn't anything major. It's just pure speculation. And again, you know, Apple hasn't really had any problems with their products just now. So in terms of that, what we do see, and some of you might criticize me, but what we guys do see is this neat 1 hour chart channel. Again, for many of you, you would say, you know, you can't do hourly charts, they're not that reliable. But in this case, pretty sure, you know, we guys are pretty good. So again, what we will do, actually, you know, it's up to you guys to decide. But okay, yeah, let's go for let's go for a contract on this as well. Oh yeah, good point. Oh yeah, so the market, well, yeah, a good thing. Market is obviously closed. I haven't actually checked the time. So the market, so the New York Stock Exchange is currently closed. So that's something you guys would want to do. Once it actually opens, something that I will be doing personally, I would go for long position. And I would probably place my take profit at around this area. So it's 227.50-ish, maybe even a little lower just because of the previous peak. And again, stop loss would actually go behind the channel. Okay. So yeah, completely forgot about that. But yeah, for all of you guys who want to get on, you know, a bite on the apple, please go ahead. You know, once the market obviously opens 16:30 New York time, you guys, you know, can go for it. Cool. The other thing, if we guys go and have a look at gold. So like I mentioned in the beginning, one of the safe havens of investment. So what we do see here is we're in a bit of a flat right now, and it's been like that for actually quite a while. It's been like that throughout the whole like August, and before that we had a major decrease in the price. For many of you who follow gold as well as crypto, you guys that, you know, you would probably expect it for it to go back up as rapid as it went down. However, what we're going to do here, again, for those of you who know what price action is, and if you guys don't know what it is, there are plenty of material online. Basically, what we want to do here is to go for a long position again. So we guys can already see that, you know, this reversal has started. We're most likely to be in somewhere in between this and around this area. So that's something that we guys want to do. Obviously, we have reversed, we bounced off this support level, and we're going to be going all the way up to here. Again, if anything does happen in the market, because gold, you need to understand, gold is a mirror. It's basically a mirror asset to what US dollar is. So, and, you know, especially in this case, it even says here gold versus US dollar. So basically, what happens if anything were to happen to the US dollar, then gold would actually, you know, go either direction. It like depends. You know, if it's good news on the US dollar on America, then obviously, you know, US dollar is going to be a lot more appropriate for the investors. You know, many of them would prefer to go with the US dollar. And on the opposite, you know, if you only hear bad news, then you guys would see gold absolutely skyrocket. I'm not talking about, you know, doubling in price, but, you know, we'll see like 100 points, you know, maybe a little more. So from my perspective, again, I would actually long this position. There we go. And I'm gonna place my take profit around this level, which is 1201. Okay, for one standard contract. And also what I will do additionally is I would actually place another one with a take profit a little higher than that. And the reason for that is obviously I'm going to have one of the positions sort of short term. Okay, so I do expect it to, you know, to be closed today with a profit. And the other one would actually be closed, from my perspective, you know, within this week. You know, I'm not going to say it's going to be today or it's going to be like tomorrow, 100%, but it will be, you know, sometime shortly. So this one is going to be, well, I'm going to place around here, so it's 1207. So that's the take profit I'm going to go for. So 1207, yes, say zeros, and I'm going to place another one. There we go. So basically what I did here is I have one which will be midterm, okay, so it's not going to be long term, and one which is going to be a little longer, so you can take a day or two, but you know, it's something that I will keep my eye open for, okay, so it's something that we'll have to monitor, obviously. Even if this one closes, doesn't mean that this one necessarily would, you know, would end up hitting the take profit. But again, if this one hits the take profit, the first deal that opens on gold, and I do notice that it starts to maybe reverse because, you know, we guys do see this here. So again, it's, you know, it's fairly possible that it would actually hit around this area, and it will start to reverse. So it's something that I will want to keep my eye out for. And obviously Kiel, just close the second transaction on gold. Again, it's going to be in the profit, but hopefully it does break through this. It's kind of a weak channel. It's not really a channel right now, but it can form into one. So if it basically goes this way, then obviously I'm going to close this deal. Cool. So that's pretty much it, guys. So we looked at some of the instruments today. So we looked at, EURUSD. We already placed here. It's actually in quite a good profit. It's not that huge, but it's about $100, which is okay. We also placed our, let's say, bets on Bitcoin. Obviously for Apple, once the market opens at 4:30 p.m., which it'll be fairly soon. I'm gonna go into this deal. You guys can follow that as well. And also for gold, we placed two different orders. One is a bit shorter term, and one is a little longer. I'm not gonna say it's a long term. Because it's obviously not going to go for like weeks or months or maybe I don't think it's going to go till the end of this week. It'll probably it's either going to be closed today, tomorrow, within a few days. We'll have a look. But again, just a quick reminder for any one of you guys following this recommendations or trading on your own, getting your own mistakes and experience so far, or and obviously making your own profit. You guys need to understand you need to follow the market. Okay, it's not something that you just do occasionally, like you open a transaction and then leave it for a month or for a week or even for like 2-3 days. Something you guys need to follow. Cool. So it's let's wrap it up. So we guys obviously finishing here today. We placed our projections on what the market is going to be like within this week. Feel free to hit us on the social media if you guys do have any questions. Again, I do strongly encourage for any one of you who's still interested in the marathon to actually join us. It's very easy to do. It literally takes like 2, maybe 3 minutes to do the whole thing, and you guys get absolutely amazing bonuses from the LH Crypto team if you guys do participate in this marathon. You can start as low as 100 euros, and you get absolutely amazing guidance, and you guys obviously get the experience. We're gonna have profitable trades together, and then later on, you guys can deposit more, you can withdraw, you can choose whatever you want to do. Once the marathon finishes, all of the accounts, do not be afraid, all of the accounts, they will be transformed into the standard ones. Okay, so it's not like you have to withdraw by the end of the marathon within like certain period of time. You'll just get a standard account for anyone who's still willing to trade and make profit together with the LH Crypto team. Thank you very much for your attention today. I'll see you exactly in 1 week's time. We'll hopefully have some sort of discussion and something, something interesting on the market happen over this, 1 week period. It's been a pleasure. Again, I'm Tony. Thank you very much. I'm out.